Hi guys, this is Allison Pryor. I've another lesson for you on the big wave. It's pretty big. I made it big for the video, but I'm sure we'll be okay. So I can see right here that we need some more. Let's bring it back for you so you can see the rest of it. We want you to see the beach. There's the beach. There we go. Now I'm trying to lighten up this here. So if you guys need some more paint here, go for it. So add a bit more white here. Just touch and pull. Touch and pull. Pull, 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 pull. I ran out of paint. So pull again. There we go. There we go. And we'll stick with this one here, but one more paint on top of there. So like I'm saying, I'm trying to show you that you can make all kinds of adjustments. Don't have, when you do your paintings, they don't have to be finished just because you put a bit of paint on there. You know, what you need to do is keep making adjustments until you get it the way you want it. And as you get more experience, you'll know that you need to make more adjustments. So we want to bring that back into the water, which is fine. Bring that back into the water. Now we'll start putting some blue, green again, because we're still working on some of the water here. So we'll go up into our wave a little bit. We don't want to do too much there now because we worked a lot on that, we did a lot of work on that, so we don't need to be continuously doing it over and over. But you continuously doing it over and over and get it the way you want it, okay? So we'll just clean up this area here. I just lost some of my white. I don't want to do that. So I will be going back in to get some more white. Add that here. And I want to do this just to show you that you can do lots of adjustments and you won't do any harm to your painting. Okay, just keep doing adjustments until you get it the way you want it. So now we'll just keep playing with this little part here. I found even when I did the painting first for myself that this part here was what took me a lot longer than any other part of my painting. So this water part really takes a long time to get it the way you want it, okay? So just keep going back into the water and then straighten it out, okay? And then back and forth, with some blue and some green and some white. There we go. And then as you're coming in, you pull up into your wave so that it all looks like it's one. And you can throw in a few lines, a few little lines, just to show that there's some water coming down. There we go. Not too much, just a little. Just scrape it off your fan brush. So just scrape it off. When I'm doing water, I usually use fan brush. So, and then I might put a few little waves here. I'm just using some white paint because some of the blue is still wet. I'm just throwing in a few little waves, just wiggling my brush around. Okay. Just wiggling my brush around. I'm not going to spend too much time at this, but just wiggle your brush around and go up and down. Just drag your brush up with whatever paint is left on, just so it looks like maybe there we go. Just a little bit here, because the water is pretty high up and it's going to come in. It's going to have some waves on it. And if they're too thick and you don't like them, just get rid of them by just putting in some more green and blue paint. Just go back to the color. Okay, so you play with that until you get the way you look for it. Like I said, look at some pictures. Look at some pictures of waves and water, big waves. But now that you know that you tap, 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 and you can draw your wave out first and things like that, so that will at least get you started, okay? And then you can go from there. So I found sometimes I really needed to start very simple, and then after a while then I realized, okay, now I can go to some harder videos. Some videos, and I check out 3, 4, 5, 6 videos. and I'd have a look at them to see what kind of different techniques they're using. So I'm going to tap on top of this wave one more time, just so that we can brighten it up again. So I'm just using my bristle brush, a small bristle brush, pure white, okay, pure white, white on a clean brush, and I'm going on the very top of that wave, okay, the very top. And as you can see, I lost a bit of blue there, so just go on the very top. Hang on, just the very top to brighten it up, okay? Now, because the bottom, the blue on the bottom is dry, we'll have to put some blue back in there, okay? So let's just go on the top. See, and the more layers you put on, the thicker it gets. It looks really cool. So there we go. So tap. Good. Now clean off your brush, and now this time get a bit of white and a little bit of blue, because we want it to all look natural. So you got some white and blue, okay? And underneath what you just did with the white, just tap. Again, tap it so it all comes together. But you still got your shadows on the bottom, okay? Because we don't want to lose those shadows. We want to keep some shadows. So we need to get more blue. Go ahead and put in more blue on the bottom. And then come up into what you just tapped into, so it all goes together. All right. So just tap what you just did down into the blue. There we go. Underneath there we got some blues. So you'll notice there's a line. If you tap down while it was dry, there's a line, and you don't want that line. You want it to all look like it's part of each other, okay? So that's all. Just tap it all so it's all part of each other. Good. So we have a little shadow underneath here. So underneath there we got a little shadow. So we don't want to lose our shadow, so just get some blue and just put a bit of blue underneath there. Just tap it on if you need to, okay? You may not need to, but we want to put a little bit of shadow underneath there so it all looks like it's all part of the one water. So let's go underneath here. I'm just going under the very bottom line here. Just give it a shadow. Good. That's all, just so that it all blends together and it all looks like it's one, because you don't want the wave to look like it's separated from everything. It won't look natural. So I'm going to take my fan brush and I'm going to clean up that edge. Yeah, I'm going to clean up that edge. We'll get a smaller fan brush this time if you have one. And just clean up the edge by going underneath here. And just pulling, if it's still wet, you just pull it down into the water. It's just to make it all look like it's all part of the water. You can even scrub at it if you want to. Just to clean up that edge. We just want to clean it up so it all looks like it's one. See the waves? But now that's good, because you don't need to do too much, because the wave, the water splashes everywhere, doesn't it? So that's not too bad. That's okay. Well, let's leave that. Now, I think we're okay. If you have any adjusting to do, you go ahead and make some adjustments. And because I'm doing a video, I can see things that I would like to adjust, but I don't want to take up too much of your time. So, let's see. All right. So now you take a picture of this painting here, so that you can, you know, take a picture of it so you can have something to go by if you don't want to watch the video. So hopefully you can see that. There we go. So you go ahead and take a picture of that. And what I'll do next is I want to show you how to put this water coming up over the beach, okay? See water coming up over the beach? And you can see the beach through it. So underneath this wave here, there's a shadow, okay? There's a shadow underneath the wave. See right here? And that makes it look like the foam is coming in over the beach and it's lifted up a little bit. So just get your fan brush your small fan brush. Get a small fan brush. And then you can take your small fan brush, and you can still put your green and blue because it's still part of the water. So a bit of green, a bit of blue. And underneath here, if you need to use a liner brush, you can also use a liner brush, okay? But it's underneath that wave. Underneath the wave. Okay, underneath the wave. Just make this line. And I'm thinking probably a liner brush might be better and easier to control. Let's see how that made it too thick? So let's try a liner brush. Let's try a nice long liner brush. See how we're experimenting together? And you can see that, you know, it's fun to experiment. This is why I like to do my videos raw. I like to have them raw. I like you to see me making mistakes. And I like for you to see me struggle. Because then you know that you're not the only one. And you see a lot of these videos, and the artists look like it's so easy, you know. But there's a bit of a struggle, you know. You have to concentrate. So there's your little line. It should be a little thinner than that, so try to make it as thin as you can. And this is when you go back and forth. So say if I did this, now I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to spend all my time on the video because I want to do other videos for you. I would make adjustments constantly. This painting has taken me a couple hours and videotaping it, but if I were doing this and trying to get it so perfect, then I'll probably take a few days, probably 8 hours a day, maybe more. Depends. It could take a couple of months to do a video. A painting. It could take you months, depending on how much work you want to put into it. And that's why when you see some artists selling their paintings and they're the most beautiful painting, you say, I don't know how they did it. Well, they spent many, many months adjusting and making things perfect. Okay, so that's that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to make those water lines. So get your fan brush again. Get your fan brush again, the big one or your small one, doesn't matter, okay? And then you're going to, oh, sorry, knocked over my chair. Alright, so now, yes, these videos are a little hard to make. I'm doing my best. Okay, so I'm just going to get some white on my brush and a little tiny bit of blue. I don't want it too white. I just want a little bit of a bluish color to it. And then this bit of paint I'm going to scrub. Remember how we did a nice little line going across here? We'll do a small one around here somewhere. Just do another touch and pull. See? And just sort of, you don't want too much paint because it'll look like it's too light. And then I'm just going to, whatever's left over on my brush, I'm just going to touch and pull and touch and pull and not let too much paint come off my brush. And then you see some water lines. Looks like I had a bit of blue paint down there, so I'll just go over it. Alright, so there we go. So just a bit of blue, bit of paint coming off on your, there we go. Maybe there's a little bit over here, maybe here a little bit. Oops, that's a bit too much. It's okay, we can always get rid of that. So that's it for there. And you can put a big old rock over here if you want to. I might do that later, but I'm going to finish this video up today. Finish it up for you. And that way then you can work on the big wave and things. And if I decide to add more to it, I will. But you can basically, yeah, what I'll probably do is do another lesson later, and so that you can see this big wave now and work on that. And maybe later another lesson or two I will finish a rock here and I'll work on this rock and these hills back here. So I think for now we'll just work on this so we don't see another video for a little while. I might even put up some more videos of other things, but yeah, I'll do my best to get it all completely finished for you. So just scrub on or rub on some the paint so it looks like there's some water coming up on the beach, right? And then take that line, the same as you did here, and pull it over the beach, soften it up. Just to soften it up. So just take those lines and soften them up by pulling back as if you're pulling back into the water. There we go. Soften them up. Pull them back into the water as if they're going back into the water. There we go. And if you do that and you don't like it and something doesn't look right, go back to your beach color and take them out and then do it again. Okay? So, like I say, look at the picture and use that as a guide. And hopefully the few things that I taught you will help you. Like I said, make your wave probably a bit smaller than that because there's a lot to work on. And let me see your paintings when you get it done. And if you want me to do this rock over here, if you want me to finish, I will finish it for you, but this rock, and I'll finish the back here, and you can put in some little birds yourself. I can finish this little rock here and these little rocks probably in another video or so later down the road. So let's say that this is finished. There's lots of adjustments that can be made, but I want to move on to some other videos for you. These are just basic techniques for to help you get started. And if you have any questions, just email me or Allison Pryor at yahoo.com, or go to my Facebook page or whatever you want to do, and subscribe and give me some likes, and because I like you too. So have a great day. And I'll see you in the next video request. I think it might be a seagull. I'm not sure. I'll go through my request and see what I'm going to do next for you. Have a great day from Allison Pryor. Happy painting.